Greatness. I am here on behalf of World Creativity and Innovation Week and Day. I'll be talking about what it is we do, kind of what my role is, how other people can get involved, and then I'll be talking about what it is that we did actually just this last year, as we are releasing our annual report this week, actually. So, World Creativity and Innovation Week and Day's mission is to encourage people to use new ideas, make new decisions, and take new steps forward towards making the world and your place in it better through creativity. How we do that is by sharing individuals and organizations' annual celebrations of creativity and innovations with others from all around the world. World Creativity and Innovation Week takes place from April 15th and then ends on April 21st, which is actually the United Nations International Day of Observance, World Creativity and Innovation Day, which is primarily directed towards using the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals to kind of make a utopian society, right? It was started in 2001 by a creative professional named Marcy Siegel. She started it as sort of a grassroots movement to get people to celebrate creativity and innovation. And that was actually just the day in 2001. But within a few years, people said, hey, we really need a bit more time to celebrate this creativity and innovation. It's too awesome for just one day. So then it was stretched into World Creativity and Innovation Week. In 2017, it was made an International Day of Observance, and Marcy decided to hand down the reins to Jim Friedman and the students of Miami University. That's me. So we've had it for the past few years, and we've been extraordinarily happy with our growth. You'll see this graphic a little bit later. We grew 28% and then 48% and finally 65% since the time that we acquired it this year, which has us at a staggering 128 countries celebrating World Creativity and Innovation Week and Day. This is last year's student organizing team. We are all students at Miami University, except for one who you might have guessed from the stash is a professor. That's Dr. Jim Friedman. He is the head of the creativity track at Miami University's entrepreneurship program. Last year, I had the role of international outreach director. This year, I am the university director. We have a phenomenal website that is entirely student run. We're extremely proud of it. Everything you see here was coded by the students at Miami University. We even have a backend database with every celebration that has been registered on the site since its inception, and features a approval system and a file management system that was developed by our students on our tech team. So you can see here we have flags from every country that has participated in World Creativity and Innovation Week, and they're actually sorted by year. So if I go to United States, you can see here's all of the celebrations that kind of took place in 2022. You can see from how small the scroll bar is, there's quite a lot. And that's just for 2022. We also sort them by year. So you can see we go back to 2021 or any other year that you're interested in. And you can do that for any country that we have. Obviously, most countries have a few less than the United States, but we're working on changing that. But yeah, everything you see here is completely made by students. Actually, our tech team has made great leaps and bounds in implementing a search system and a new addition we're extraordinarily proud of. The site is now available in 6 of the most popular languages. These are the 6 languages offered by the United Nations. And now we are happy to offer that support as well. We interact frequently with people who have English as a second language. And so it gives me an immense amount of pride and joy to embrace our international roots and target audience and to kind of help them out so that it's not quite as American centric as it previously has been. We also have several social media accounts on all of the biggest social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and we are looking at spreading into a couple others like TikTok and YouTube. We do something every day called Daily Creative. You can see a few of those posts spread out where we promote one person from around the world who we think does a great job with promoting creativity in their everyday life or has, dedicated their life to improving the creativity of those around them. These are organizations, these are people, these are schools, education programs. Really just, are they improving the lives of the people around them? Then they're eligible for a Daily Creative. And we post one of those a day to all of our social media platforms. And then throughout the week, you can actually see where we promoted GIFT last year. We promote the different celebrations that are going on during the week, or we also promote those that we are notified about, no matter what time they're going on throughout the year. As we learned from Marcy creating the week instead of just the day, there's really no time limit on celebrating creativity. So we celebrate people's efforts from year round, but focus heavily on that week and promote the most during that week. So I went ahead and I showed you a few of those different celebrations, but you can see these from anywhere in the world. We're working on automatically translating the celebration descriptions as well, because they're written in a variety of different languages. So we'd like to get those translated into one consistent language across the site, but that's still a work in progress. I would urge anyone watching, if you are doing anything creative or innovative throughout the year, feel free to click the red register button on the site. It never goes away, no matter what page you're on. So fill out that information. Let us know what you're doing. These are as small as hosting a creative discussion in your house to as big as a couple of the celebrations that I'll go over with the annual report, but don't want to spoil the surprise. But there's a wide range of size, scale in these celebrations, but it doesn't matter. We want to promote everybody who's doing something to promote creativity. So I would urge anyone who would like their stuff seen by the world to register on the site. I've also included here my email as well as our marketing director's email. If anybody would like to nominate someone for Daily Creative or to learn more about what we're doing, or get on our email list for more information about our international open houses, which take place on Zoom, or anything else.
I just now opened up that website and I have no idea how to get to that area where all of the celebrations are listed in.
So you can click any
any what?
If you click any country, you'll see a list of their celebrations.
I'm not at that page. Wait, let me correct it. I did something.
Sid, you are thorough.
I appreciate it.
I actually did WCIW/WICW instead of .org, and now I did something wrong that there's two .orgs, and now I finally got it correct. Thank
you.
We have here, our whole team is students, but we have an international advisory board composed of creative professionals from around the world that we are extraordinarily proud of. We meet with them semi-frequently to get advice, to get input, and to make sure that we are still moving in a direction that the world will support and that we are taking into account the interests of the various cultures, countries, and regions from around the world. Incredibly grateful to have these amazing creatives on our team. You can see here, this is that familiar graphic. When we first started using World Creativity and Innovation Day worldwide, we started with 56 countries. That's that 28%. 2 years ago, we moved up to 48% of the world. Now we have 65%, right? When you take into account the census reports of the countries that we have, that's actually 89% of all humans in the entire world live in a country that is celebrating World Creativity and Innovation Week or Day. We are incredibly close to 1,000 celebrations in the past 3 years. We've had 972 unique, internationally celebrated creative and innovation focused festivities over the last 3 years. And we're excited to continue that growth year after year. Last year was our biggest year yet, 522 celebrations, which is incredible. And we can't thank Gift enough for being one of those, and anyone else who might be celebrating who is watching.
I'm trying to count them. It was trying to count them.
I think they all lean up. Our designer painstakingly created each one of these graphics, individually colored each little person.
Yeah, that is
with our
true.
brand identity.
I can see a pattern between them, and this is like amazing.
Yeah,
Right.
I love our designer. He does a fantastic job. Here's a few of our favorite celebrations from around the world. We're especially thankful that the Torrance Center had a 3-day program called, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. I always butcher it. Uso Creativo, which showed off a multitude of group projects. I personally watched many of these videos, and although I couldn't understand most of the words said inside of them, they looked incredibly creative and they looked like they were having a blast. I know that from the descriptions submitted, they had a variety of workshops and master classes that did a ton to help develop the skills of the people that attended. Over in Colombia, we had Cerebro Creativo, which had 2,800 attendees, 2,500 online and 300 in person, with a variety of different panels, speakers, and lessons. You can see a couple of them listed there. What is the creative mind? How to generate new ideas, and a few others that would really help any aspiring creative or innovator. One of our very own Miami University's professors, Dr. Friedman, the chief steward, and David Iman, another entrepreneurship professor, actually granted 14 teachers a new certificate in creativity as part of their panel that they put on with Cerebro Creativo.
Can I just ask a question, Mason?
Yeah.
Does this program happen while you're at the university, and and do you intend to participate after you graduate? Or is this, does it rotate through all the students who are going through the program?
So the way we are run is we have a student organization at Miami University who is the organizing team of World Creativity and Innovation Week/Day. Students are not required to participate in this. Students are made aware that it is an option for them, and then we interview potential students. I joined last year as a freshman, and I am now a sophomore as the president. I intend to continue during my time here, but it is meant to be a student organization and student organizing team, because as much as we are learning from the world, and as much as we are trying to spread creativity, we also want to spread it in our home of Oxford. And it has been an incredible learning opportunity for every student that's been involved, whether it was previous president of Danielle Rubin, a very close friend of mine, or me. I've learned a lot from this experience, and I would love to stay involved, but it will not likely be as the president.
I see.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you. I have one other question. Were you involved in creativity and innovative activities prior to going to college?
I have always been an entrepreneur. At my high school, I started a coffee shop, the first ever on-campus coffee shop for my high school. And I was the president of that and ran that coffee shop with a team of 20-ish students. But to be honest, did I consider myself creative? No. Actually, I discounted the entire creative track at Miami. I said, creativity, That's not me. I am strictly a numbers, strictly a business, strictly a stick in the mud kind of guy. But then I met a couple people that were involved, and I said, hey, there's a lot of that whole logic stuff and that numbers stuff in creativity. Why is that? Maybe I should get involved. And then I got involved and completely redefined what creativity means to me, what innovation is, and I've never looked back. It's been an incredible learning experience.
And can I ask another question?
Of course.
Yeah. So as you've run into and observed and participated and been involved in these celebrations, do you have any indication as to the efficacy of having young students like our Sid here and other kids that we've seen today start doing creative and innovative projects early on? Have you had any response to the length of time that people have been involved in this activity?
I would say the earlier, the better. I've seen, I think, Sid, I think I watched you present to one of the monthly gift meetings, which World Creative Innovation Week attends each month. So I've seen a variety of presenters present at those meetings, and I'll say that I'm completely blown away by the projects that some of these young innovators are working on. They are on par with or above many of the projects that I've seen students do at a college level in terms of thought put into them, the process that they've worked through, and the outcomes that they have achieved. I think that the earlier students start practicing creative innovation, it spreads out the amount of effort and time they need to put in to reach an incredible level. Students, that's not to say that students who are older can't make up the gap, but it takes far more effort to learn the lessons that people like Sid are learning early on when you're in college, or in the real world, when it starts to really matter, when you start to make mistakes or don't know things. So I would definitely say that, yes, we have noticed that the earlier students start, the more prepared they are going for the future, and the more able they are to achieve incredible things.
I have a question. When are you going to get 100% of the world, like on estimate? When are you going to get 100% of the world with your program? And this presentation was amazing. I have to say that. Right.
Thank you, Sid. That's a loaded question to ask me. It's difficult to pick an exact date. The answer I would like to give you is tomorrow. The answer that realistically I can give is not tomorrow.
At least
yeah, so
a month estimate, or a month or year estimate. Not, I don't want to be too specific.
Yeah, so our goal this year is to hit 150 countries. This is one of the I don't want to say problems, but one of the hurdles to having a relatively young lifespan in our hands as a student organizing team. 3 years is not enough for us to kind of establish what our growth is going to look like, especially as we lack connections into some of the more difficult countries to get into. I will not give a number now on when we will hit 100%, but I will say that we will continue to get closer and closer to 100% every year. And I'm hoping that we will be very, very close within 2 to 3 of that 100%. Does that answer your question, Sid?
Yes. Yes. Wonderful. And no, but like close enough.
Sid, I think we need to have Mason or one of his colleagues come back next year and tell us how far they've come and how close you're getting to that 100%. That's a good question. But I think, Mason, I have a question for you, because I think the work that you guys are doing is phenomenal. And I think you'd mentioned at the beginning of your presentation about the connection of this work with the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Yes.
And what's so interesting is that those Sustainable Development Goals are so important to those countries that are the hardest to get into, in terms of, for many different reasons. And I'm curious to what extent when the different groups around in different countries, is the focus of their work entirely around solutions for the Sustainable Development Goals? I'm just trying to understand more the breadth of the different projects that are, the different creativity projects that are looked at through the lens of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah, so just to clarify a little bit, the week is focused on creativity and innovation itself. The day is what focuses specifically on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So our celebrations range in goals in terms of what they do. We promote things like the Ideas World Cup and the Spring Forward grant by Innovation Minds, which is fantastic. Their celebration for World Creative Innovation Week was giving out $50,000 in-kind grants for a variety of different entrepreneurial endeavors, right? Not all of which were working towards the Sustainable Development Goals. It looks like we have several messages in chat. Oh, I see. Those are not for me. We've seen a lot of different Sustainable Development Goal centric projects get promoted and posted. They have been things like planting trees. They've been things like new water purification systems and the launch of a product. All kinds of different things with a variety of kind of tangential relation to the SDGs, or things that are primarily, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to celebrate creativity and innovation by, announcing a project. We have a lot of people who do things like what I think Gift is doing this year, announcing opening the National Innovator Challenge on April 15th or the 21st, I forget which one, where they announce them and then continue to work on them year round for a variety of different fields.
And that's a lot of work going on. How do you fund this work?
So we are entirely reliant on our celebrants to fund their celebrations. We are funded partially by our student organization on Miami University's campus in terms of just our website hosting. But in terms of the celebrations, we don't give out any money. These are all funded by the incredible celebrants that have a passion for creative innovation and a belief that what we're doing is something incredible, and they want to take part in that.
And if someone wants to get involved in World Creativity and Innovation Week, what do they do?
What do they do? Fantastic question.
How do you make that happen?
Let me see. How can I? There we
go. Was it on one of your slides, I think?
Right here. You can reach out to me. That's me, Mason Seitz, that top one. And if you reach out to me, I'll put you on our email list for information on when we are having our international open houses, which is those are days that we hop on Zoom at 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we help people with their celebrations. We help people with anything that they really have interest in with creativity. We'll tell them more about the program. We will help them brainstorm what they want to do, show them examples of previous celebrations, and help them get involved in whatever capacity it is that they want to get involved.
So even if somebody, go ahead.
I was just say, if they know what they're going to do and they're ready, you can click register and start registering. We're working on refining this process to make it a little bit easier and simpler right now, but you can register it here and then it'll automatically go into our database for approval, at which point, if it's approved, which we're just making sure that it's ready to be up on the site in terms of the information is complete and that, it's appropriate. And then we'll post it and it will be in the country segment.
Fantastic. And then if somebody just wants to get involved in general, they can reach out to you as well, just on a broader,
yes,
on a broader basis. Okay, well, fantastic. Well, congratulations on this incredible work and in the amazing success you've had in such a short time. It's really impressive. And
Thank
I'm sure
you.
it's inspiring to so many who are watching Gift and are going to continue to watch as you strive for that 100%,
Yes.
100%, which I'm sure that you will achieve not too far down the road. Well, thank you so much, Mason. We really appreciate you joining us for Gift and your first time. I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
Gift.
Take care.